Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your October 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, all of them will be located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. So I'm going to let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Taurus, October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. With one bonus card. Awesome. And let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Taurus, October 1st to the 16th, 2020, Taurus. October 1st to the 15th, 2020, Taurus. October 1st to the 15th, 2020, Taurus. October 1st to the 15th, 2020, Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So, since I keep on saying 16th while I'm shuffling the cards for you guys, note that this energy is also going to really kind of vibrate over into the 16th. I know it's only 1 day difference, but I just want to let you know because that is what Spirit is saying. So here we have inner child. This is connecting with your inner child, and this is your heart chakra. So at the heart of all of us is our inner child and is what we need emotionally and personally to kind of move forward, an acceptance, a love, and a commitment to that inner child, who we once were. If you just take a moment to visualize yourself, getting down, kind of crouching down, or, kneeling down with your arms open, and this child runs to you. And that child is you. See yourself giving the child you once were this huge hug. That hug that says, you're safe, you're protected, I love you, I will always love you, I will always be there for you. And now you are that adult who always takes you seriously, who always listens, who always cares. And you are that for your inner child, for your inner self. And there can be some tears that come with it. There can be this huge release, I feel for a lot of you, a huge release of pain and of sorrow, weights that you have been carrying on your shoulders and in your kind of bicep area. And there is this sense of love, of love, of beauty, and of moving forward in that heart's truth. All right. And then we have relationships. Now, this is the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives are held. And so here with a release from the sacral chakra and the coming together of relationships is going to be so beautiful for you. The release is, the negativity that we inherit through our DNA line, the doubts, the fears that we grow up with, the doubts and the fears that can come from trauma that was done back in our DNA that makes us feel small and makes us feel, weak, that makes us react to things a little bit more intensely than you would think others would react. And it's kind of setting yourself back, not in a negative way. It's kind of like stepping back. That's the word that I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. It's stepping back and being able to see the weight that you're putting on your shoulders, the power of the relationship that you have, not just with everybody else, but also with yourself, and seeing what you need to move yourself forward in power and beauty, in grace and in elegance and eloquence of the relationship you have with your heart, the coming together of the masculine and feminine aspects of yourself, the beauty that leads you forward, the release of pain, of sorrow, of hurt. And this is also can be from past lives where you sit there and you're like, I don't know why I have this reaction to it. And it can be that you've had a past life where it really brings up these issues. And so here, as you step into your power, as you release a lot of the negativity that you've been carrying with you, as you embrace the energy of the sacral chakra, which is the energy of creativity. It's also, it can be heightened sexual energy for some of you, or just sexual energy. And you're letting yourself create, you're letting yourself become, and you're letting yourself, be freed. And that's going to be really quite beautiful. And then we have listening. We have the third chakra. And so often when we think of the third chakra, or at least when I think of the third chakra, I always think of talking. And I always thought of talking. Now I think of listening too. But it's listening to the world around you. It's having those quiet moments where we don't have earbuds in our ears, where we're not talking, and you get to just take in the world around you. There is a sense of truly listening to other people, not jumping to conclusions or thinking that we've heard, because a lot of times that's where a lot of arguments happen, is that we think we've heard them correctly, but what they're saying and what we're hearing are two very different things. So it's coming together, it's listening, it's comprehending, it's saying, well, okay, well, that's what I'm hearing. I say, so what I'm hearing is, and then being able to say, yeah, that's exactly right, that's exactly what I'm saying, or then being able to say, no, that's not it at all, because you're increasing your ability to listen. And here, your ability to listen, Taurus, is almost going to be like a superpower. And if you're saying, oh, Dane, I'm just like a really bad listener, I can't focus, I would start by listening to books on tape if you can. Kind of taking them out over, digital library if you can, or listening, they have books on tape on YouTube that are completely free, and just listen, see what you take in, see, the depth of how you can listen, and just kind of train yourself to be a really good listener, because that's something that the world doesn't have. The world does not have a lot of listeners. They have a lot of talkers. They have a heck of a lot of yellers, but not a lot of listeners. And your third chakra here is saying you're going to hear the vibrance of truth. You're going to hear this power of understanding if you listen and begin listening. So it's really quite beautiful. All right, so the left-hand side, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side is your public self, the public arena. Then, of course, you have your bonus card. So let's see what they have to say. We have the 5 of Cups, the Death card, Scorpio energy coming forward. This is a time frame of October 23rd to November 21st, the Hanged Man, and the 8 of Cups. So I really like that. You are changing the way you look at things, change your mind, change your life. There is a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new, which can be It can be very intense, especially with the state of the world and everything like that. This transformation that's going on. You're not seeing things the same way. Excuse me, and you're walking away from something you once thought you would love. There's a profound sense of transformation. At your heart, we have the Queen of Pentacles right here, which I love for you. I mean, you're represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana, by the Hierophant in the Major Arcana. So you are owning your heart, and that's going to be one of the beautiful things about you. Then you have the Justice card right here. And so this is Libra energy, September 23rd to October 22nd. You're being very true to yourself, to what you value, to what you need. You're also balancing the scales. The Three of Wands, you're looking out at the horizons. You're seeing bounty and beauty come in. The Six of Pentacles, you're going to be rather, Six of Cups, there we go. You're going to be rather nostalgic during this time. It's a looking at the past and kind of being really enticed by what was, especially as you're walking away. It can be something where you're sitting there and you're saying, but, you know, I have such a nostalgic pull towards this. How can I walk away? And it's kind of leaving the past in the past and moving forward towards a bright and empowering future. We have the Two of Pentacles, finding balance, understanding. You know, you're going to be trying to balance so much here. And it makes perfect sense. I mean, with everything that's going on, you know, everybody's trying to stay above board, you know, to balance, to, you know, give everything to everyone. You're going to forget about you. In the public arena, you are going to be like, okay, I'll just put myself on the back burner. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. You've put yourself on the back burner way too often, Taurus. It won't be fine if you do. It's not anything scary that you have to worry about, but it is a sense here of needing to give yourself time and understanding, caring, compassion. You have the Ace of Wands coming forward. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of passion, of creativity, of insights when it comes to work, you know, with these desires to move forward. And I'm just thinking, I just looked at this and for a moment I saw a carrot. So there is something here with like a keen insight, keen understanding. And also, you know, the carrot was a myth made up so that during one of the world wars, so that people didn't know we had sonar. So here it can be, you know, telling people one thing and really focusing on another. You're not being, let's say, well, maybe a little bit deceitful, but it's not being deceitful in a malice-inducing way. It's, you know, really sitting there and focusing on what you need and what you want to move forward. So that's really quite cool. That really is. Then you have the Empress right here. There is a sense of prosperity. There is a sense of reclaiming of throne that you might not even have known that you lost. And there's a power and a beauty and a patience, but also a compassionate caring for what you are nurturing within you, what you desire. It's that creative energy from the sacral chakra really coming forward. And then you have the Star, which is Aquarius energy, January 20th to February 18th. And the Star here is showing you really embracing your star, your soul's wish, kind of like the stars in the night sky, the beauty, the brightness, the enjoyment, the passion, the power. And you're connecting with it. And you're really seeing yourself be able to illuminate what you want from life. And this is your soul's wish. This isn't what we cross our fingers for and go, ooh, I wish I get the new, you know, whatever. It's sitting there and saying, what does my soul want? What does my soul need? What is my heart longing for? And this leads you finally to your bonus card, which is the Five of Pentacles. You have the repeat of the number 5. So during this time, you're going to think, I'm never going to get ahead. You know, it's always going to be a struggle, but you're actually going to find yourself resolving things a lot more quickly than you had realized. You know, and this is also a sense of embracing freedom, a freedom of expression, a freedom of self, a freedom to be able to say, this is what I want from my life. For some of you, there's a tiredness. It's kind of like, I have done the right thing all the time. It's not saying you're just going to, you know, run away and join the circus type of deal. It is saying here that you're looking at things and doors are opening because of frustration, because of, you know, of sitting there and feeling like prosperity, bounty, you know, wealth, you're on the outside of it. And it's almost like, well, I don't get to be a part of this. And it's like, no, that's an absolute lie. You definitely get to be a part of this. And there is a passion, there is a power that is coming forward, that is showing you that there there is a way forward. And it is beautiful. It really is beautiful. There are times here of doubts and of fears, most definitely. But you're not going to let that rule you, Taurus. You're a Taurus. You're just going to sit there and, look at things and maybe, have to reconsider, have to reevaluate. But you have the repeat of the number 3. Divinity is with you. There's this beautiful creativity and there's this passionate power that is absolutely guiding you forward. So let's see here, who are the people who are going to aid you during this time? And remember, you don't have to know these people in real life. They can be people who influence you, and you can see it in the way that they influence you. It'll be a very, kind of Aries, Taurus, Virgo way. I'm just naming things randomly. All right, so let's see here. Who are the people who will be aiding Taurus? October 1st to the 15th, 2020. Who are the people who will be aiding Taurus? October 1st to the 15th, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. All right, so we start off with justice. This is Libra energy. You have this in your reading. There's a strong connection with either a Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd, or with justice, something that promotes justice within your life, somebody who helps promote justice within your life, within your thinking, within your desire forward. And so here, there's a sense of this person balancing the scales. There's a sense of this person cutting through doubts and fears. And there is a sense of justice really becoming a part of you. It doesn't mean, it can also bring in justice of self. This sense of, I need to be just to myself. And this person helps you see that path, that road forward, that way to become more. And then we have the moon. So this is Pisces energy, February 19th to March 20th. This can be a person who really points out fears, who points out things that have held you back, that have made you doubt yourself. And through this, kind of revelation, through these revelations, there is a sense of stepping into your power, seeing the shadows not as potential monsters, but seeing the shadows of this, as just what they are, as a depth of dimension, as, a bit of the unknown, but not fearing, and knowing that fear is a logical part of ourselves and our souls, that fear is a part of us, and that it helped us evolve, it helped our ancestors stay alive. And now in our modern world, where life is so different from even where it was 100 years ago, our fear can sometimes be a great detriment, because there's nothing to fight. There is nothing to, there isn't, and not 100 years ago, but, when people were out and we were hunter-gatherers and going way back, right? We had to remember to be vigilant. We had to remember what we were afraid of. It had to be in the forefront of our minds because it kept us alive. And now, with fear being at the forefront of our minds and it not being about survival, it being about, the way people think about us, or survival in a way that we can't actually control because, it's not picking the right berries, it's not, hunting the right food, that type of thing, it becomes astoundingly stressful. And it's sitting here and kind of conquering those fears, conquering those doubts, not letting them run rampant within your mind, not letting them take control. And that's what I'm really seeing here with this moon energy. It's letting you see the beauty within the shadows, not the kind of, oh my gosh, now what? Oh my gosh, now what? Oh my gosh, now what? Type of energy that was around there before. And this is coming from Pisces energy. This is coming from somebody who they've been through fear themselves. They've, walked into those shadows. And, Pisces has this beautiful sense of bringing people together, but also has this tendency to let fear hold them back. So that is really going to be a truth speaker here. And then we have the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a person who cuts through doubts and fears. This is a person who you might think is a little haughty, a little kind of like off-putting their energy at first, because you're not really, you're going to see them as a bit of a snot, like, oh my gosh, why do you think so highly of yourself? And what you're going to see is that they're really taking in the world around them. They're taking in the wind, because that's always what I thought of when I saw her. When I first saw the Queen of Swords, I thought, oh my gosh, she's snobby. I don't like her. And I always don't like it when a deck doesn't, depict people fairly, give a person a chance to interpret and look at. And then one day I was using this deck and I was like, oh my gosh, Dane, she's having the wind blow her. And that's going to be it. It's like you're looking at something, and at first it could be, wow, this doesn't resonate with me at all. But for some reason, either you leave it on, or the person talks some more, or you turn the page, or whatever happens. And then you're like, oh my gosh, that's why. Oh my gosh, I see so much more than I had seen before. And it leads you, to this change of mind. It's looking at things and kind of looking for kind of that next shoe to drop. It's like, okay, now what? Now what's going on? And here, it's the doubts and the fears and the apprehensions and the people who have let us down. And then it's saying, here, turn around, see the Two of Cups. See the love that you have in your life. And if you're saying, Dean, I don't have this. It is just one struggle after another. Know that your angels are with you. Know that your spirit guides are with you. And start having a conversation. It might sound funny and completely counterintuitive, but to connect to something more, to connect to a greater force and a greater power within your life. And to sit there and to be able to have that faith within yourself. It doesn't have to be a dogmatic faith, but that faith that you are moving forward towards this healing love. That, the hardships, they might not make sense, but that they are leading you on a path that otherwise would never have been walked. And a depth of soul and understanding that brings you to a place of profound compassion. And it brings you to this place of a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new, the Scorpio energy of transformation. You're feeling yourself transform, Taurus. You're feeling yourself become wholly different than who you once were. And for some of you, you might be sitting there and being like, oh, but I like who I once was. And it doesn't mean that you have to transform in a bad way at all. It means that you are looking at yourself and your life, and there's this pull forward that is, you've been forged. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this big forge with a sword going in and like metal going in and coming out and being hammered into shape. And that is what life is. That is at least how I see life. We start off as this block, and then the experiences we have, the way that we live, the choices that we make, they forge us. They forge us in the fires of life. And so here with the Death card, there is this transformation. There's also this great equalizer to understand that everybody is going through that forge, to understand that everything is leading you towards something more, some transformation. And every day we experience a transformation. We go to sleep, our consciousness, becomes quieted, hopefully, and then we wake up and there is this new dawn, this new day, this resurrection of mind and self. And so here, that's what you're embracing. That's what you're moving towards. And it leads you towards to the hangman. You're not seeing things the same way as you have seen them before, because there is this power that has changed the way you view the world, has changed the way you view your world. And the hangman says you don't see things like everybody else. And if you stumbled across this channel, you definitely do not see things the way everybody else does. And there's a beauty to that. There's a sense, especially if you're here, there's a gentler soul within you that wants to come forward and that wants to be embraced within this world. And sometimes that can be mocked and made fun of, and people can sit there and say, oh, there's no room for that. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And you're sitting there and saying, no, it's not. And just by that simple act of defiance, to walk in your truth and to walk in kindness is really taking a stance. And you have here within your inner self, as you look at things differently, as you're being transformed, you have such a different view. And as you have this different view, you have this way of looking at things that is rather profound, that is rather beautiful. And you're going to sit there, and it's going to open up a connection to divinity. It's going to open up a way for you to move forward. It's going to open up a nurturing, caring, compassionate energy that's going to want to be expressed in whichever way you want to express it. But know that there is a difference to you. There's a sense of a path less walked to you. And then, oh, I think that's funny, because now you have her walking a path. With the Eight of Cups, it's leaving what you once thought you would love. It's walking away. It's an ending. And with the Eight of Cups, it is an ending as severe as a divorce. Now, it doesn't mean that you're getting divorced. It means that you're divorcing yourself from something. It can be present you from past you. It can be your, divorcing yourself from the negativity that you grew up with year after year, or that you lived with year after year, to embrace your power, to embrace your truth. You're moving forward towards something so much more. And as you move yourself forward, you move to a place of grace. You are releasing something that weighed heavily upon you, and it was too much. But it was supposed to fit. It was supposed to work. And I always love equating the Eight of Cups to a really nice pair of shoes. And you get these pair of shoes and they're beautiful, right? And they hurt like the blazes. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh, why? And you wear them, but you can only walk 15 minutes in those shoes, things like that. Shoes are meant to go on journeys with you. Shoes are meant to explore. And here you're finding that exploration of spirit. You're finding that sense that sometimes we need endings for new beginnings to come forward, for new passions to move us. And you are a queen here, Taurus, of your heart, of your soul, of yourself, of your passion, of your prosperity. You're seeing a connection between things that others just don't get. You're looking at things so much more profoundly, so much more openly, so much more honestly. There is a nurturing nature to you during this time. And as you embrace it, there is a justice that is coming in. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You're knowing where you're standing. You're balancing the scales. You're saying, this is what I want. This is what I need from my life. You're also being just with your heart. Because a lot of times you haven't been. You sat there and you said, okay, my emotions are being silly, or, I'm overanalyzing, I'm overthinking things. Now it's time to be just to you. It's time to balance those scales, because it's really going to be needed in the public arena. And as you come to this conclusion within your heart, within your soul, within yourself, you are going to see that you open up a pathway for you to walk, that you embrace your royalty, your power of self and expression and grace and of beauty. And it leads you to new horizons. It really does. And as the horizons open up, you start to see oh wow, I can do this. Oh wow, I can move forward this way. Oh wow, I can see things anew. And as you move forward, your ships are coming in and your ships are going out. So this does not mean that your ships are coming in and out the way that you thought they would, okay? Because divinity is listen, I'm taking the wheel, I'm taking hold of this. Things happen in divine time, not in your time, which is super annoying. But also the way life seems to be, divinity guides us. And the more we get scared and the more we try to take control, the more divinity says, no, I got this. And if we listen, we can go to astounding places. So with the Three of Wands, there is the sense of your passion being looked at, your power being truly felt. There's a sense of opening up a pathway to your truth. There's a sense of being bolder, of being braver, of looking at what you want. And it's not that you haven't gone for it before, because Taurus, you most definitely have. But it's trusting in your intuition, it's trusting in your ideas, it's trusting in your passion, it's trusting in you. And that's really cool. And it moves you forward. And there's a sense of nostalgia, but there's also a sense that something either in your childhood or when you were younger has impacted the way that you trust yourself to move forward. It's well, I messed up. And that's what Spirit is saying. It's well, I messed up, so I'm obviously going to mess up again. And that's not true. That's not true. This could be looking at your childhood. This could also be looking at, if you have children, your children's childhood, or nieces and nephews' childhood. Somebody who, or how things are different now than they were when you were younger. There's something here where a comparison is being made to your life now and life then. And as you look at it, you're going to be hard on yourself. You are. Even if you were super little when something happened, you're still super hard on yourself. And it's okay, step back. Step back. It's time to walk away from the fact that there is a thought that oh, wow, all this could change. You know, oh wow, you know, things could be different if I just did X, Y, Z. The past is the past. You know, we can't go there. We can't, because we can't get there ever again. It's like reading a book, but not being able to turn back the pages. And so here, it is looking at things and saying, okay, that has taught me, that has shaped me, that has guided me, that has made me look at things so differently. And now I move forward. And what you're doing here is you're balancing. Now, it can be you're balancing the present with the past. It can be you're balancing spirituality with practicality, but you're balancing. And as you're balancing everything, and as you're looking at things, you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to mess anything up, but you're forgetting to balance yourself. You're forgetting that you matter. So you're juggling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Emotions are running high. And there is a sense here of needing to be a more steady ground, of needing to be more steady and more connected with you. Because once it's like, okay, well, what do I want? Where am I heading? What do I desire? You will see that there becomes a calmness around you. There is a steadiness to you. There is a understanding that guides. And as you move forward with this understanding, because if you, in the public arena, it can be that you're thinking, okay, the more I take on, the more valuable I will be, right? Or yeah, the more I take on, the more I'll get done, the more productive I'll be, everything like that. It'll be good. But the more you take on, the more people will expect. And so they'll just keep on throwing more coins at you. And you're already doing well with two, okay? 3 if you count you. But with these 2 that you have, if you keep on taking on more and more and more, it becomes too much. It does. And so here it's having to check in. It's having to say, okay, how am I balancing? How am I moving forward? What am I doing? And you might say, well, wouldn't it be nice if somebody else would check in? Yeah, it really would be. But at times, you're not going to have that. Either they see you as, you know, somebody who always has it together, or they're so busy dealing with their chaos and their doubts and their fears that it becomes a little bit, they forget, which can very well be the case. Calm the emotions, okay, and balance. Balance what is needed. That's going to be so important. And you balance what is needed by balancing you. It's kind of like when you are setting the scale. It's like turning that knob. You're that knob. You need to be balanced. You need to be centered. Then we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you this gift of passion, of creativity. This is the reason for getting out of bed in the morning, right? And really, when I looked at this, I saw a carrot, which is totally funny. Maybe I've been eating too many carrots. So here, there is this sense. I do see it as like nutrition and veggies and things that are good for you. Really connecting with that. You know, this is also passionate energy. You know, this could be very masculine energy coming forward. And as you're looking at what you desire and what you want, there's a sense of being able to take care of yourself, of taking care of yourself, of making sure that you matter, of making better choices. Not better choices in life, but you could take it as that. But it's like better food choices. It's something about focusing on your gut, focusing on the energy level that you have. That's going to be super, super, super important for you. And as you have this energy come forward, there is this passion, there is this brilliance, and divinity is saying, take it. And this is permeating every single aspect of you during this time. This is permeating every single, passion and power and brilliance that is coming your way. And so you don't take it here because, the only picture that we have holding a wand is the Eight of Cups. You don't have a court sign of the wands, but it is a moving towards something so much greater. And it is remembering, again, that you matter as you move forward in this power. And then we have here, and it's having that, there's just a courage, there's a passion, there's a brilliance to you. It's very kind of like lion-esque. Then we have the Empress coming in. And the Empress is claiming a throne you thought you lost. The Empress is a harvest. The Empress is prosperity. It's creativity. It's fertility of mind and of spirit as you move forward towards more, towards greater, towards what had once felt barred to you before. And there is a sense here of profound feminine energy. So I love how the masculine and the feminine energy are coming together, one as a gift from divinity, the other as a reclaiming of your power, a reclaiming of truth. And they're going to work very nicely with each other. There's really going to be this sense of inspiration. There's going to be this sense of understanding. There's going to be this harvest that comes in. And then we have the Star card. This is Aquarius energy. This is, wishes being granted. And remember, back in ancient times, the stars were the highest forms of man's perfection. They used the stars to guide them, They used the stars as beacons. They named them, they told stories about them. They, oriented buildings to them. And so here, when we look at the stars, we look at our dreams and our aspirations. We look at our hopes and our truths. We look at what we desire. And we open up doorways because we open them up in our minds. And it's not simply believing means that it happens, because sometimes we believe and what happens almost seems absolutely contrary to what we desired. But down the road a piece, and it could be years, right? Because Lord knows, I've been thrown curveballs and it's taken years to see why. And so that's what Spirit is showing me here. That you start to see like, oh my gosh, that was why. And if you have good ears, I do apologize if you can hear my nephew in the background. So here with the star, you're looking at dreams of hopes, of wishes. And divinity is seeing your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. And bringing them into reality. But in a way that you hadn't anticipated. In a way that is really quite beautiful in its creativity. And then we have the bonus card of the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles, that's a rough card. The Five of Pentacles is feeling like you are on the outside of wealth. This could be feeling like a pauper. This could be, feeling out in the cold, alone, worried, sad, scared, overwhelmed. And the Five of Pentacles is saying, no more. No more am I going to feel like wealth is something for somebody else. I would love this to be a windfall is coming, because I feel something very powerful in the air for you here, Taurus. And we can see that here with the gifts being given, and in the public arena, how Spirit is saying, take care of yourself, balance yourself, because there's power coming your way, okay? And what I'm feeling here with the Five of Pentacles is hurt and pain and disappointment. Is how and why, and I didn't deserve this. And it's been so long. How do I? When do I? So the Five of Pentacles is prosperity coming in. It is. It is no longer believing that you cannot cross that threshold and get the warmth that you deserve. Get the help that you deserve. And it can be having to ask for help. It can be. But it can also be mentally opening up those doors and saying, no, I will not be out in the cold anymore. I will not. A lot of times the Five of Pentacles are inherited corruptions around money, okay? They can also be having had setbacks financially, personally, either in money or what you value as much as money, that has made you feel like, oh my gosh, if it can all fall apart this badly, why even try? And it makes me sad for you. And it makes me sad. The Five of Pentacles makes me sad. Because I've been there. I've been in those places where it's like absolute desperation and absolute sorrow. And it's like, oh my gosh. But what I'm seeing here, what I'm seeing here is a power. What I'm seeing here is a truth. What I'm seeing is that it's not a worthless cause. And for some of you, you have to know you're not a worthless cause. You are astoundingly beautiful and powerful and brilliant. There is a thing with money. We think the more we have, the happier we'll be. It is scientifically proven that once you have enough money to fend off, the creditors, right? Once you have all your bills paid and are able to live, your happiness doesn't increase, which is wild to me. You would think the more money you brought in, the happier you would be. But sometimes just the opposite happens. Once you're able to be safe, the happiness doesn't increase, no matter how much more money you have. And they say that that's about $40,000. Now, that can seem like a lot, and that can seem like not a lot, but it's doable, right? It is something where it's like, oh, okay. It's not that I have to have like bazillions and millions all the time. Break things down to doable. Break things down to powerful for you. Because you're not out in the cold anymore. You're claiming your wealth. You're opening those doors. You're moving yourself forward. And it has been a hard and a long lesson. And it's been a sacred lesson. But it's been a sacred truth for you. And now it is a sacred truth. And that wealth is a part of your existence. And you are calling it in. Now, that really got me choked up. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go deeper. Pisces. Oh my goodness. Taurus. Show me more deeply for Taurus. Show me more deeply for Taurus. October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. Show me deeply for Taurus. October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. Show me deeply for Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. And let's look at the people that you need to be mindful of during this time. When we're going deeper, Pisces came through, so the Pisces energy around you, it can be lifting the fears from money, from being out in the cold, lifting them and moving forward. Who does Taurus have to be mindful of? October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. Who does Taurus have to be mindful of? October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. Angels. All right. So we have Aquarius energy showing up. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have a very positive Aquarius energy coming through at the root of your public self, but there is also a need to be mindful of Aquarius energy. Now, it can be that you have a positive Aquarius and a negative Aquarius in your life, but there is also a sense that this person is very interested in kind of disseminating knowledge, pouring things out into the universe, moving forward in a certain way, and they are not going to have your back the way that you think they are. So just be mindful of that. They're going to be really focused on them, what they are going through, the hurt and the pain that they have. Then we have the King of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody who's very cutting. Can be somebody who's astoundingly logical, like to the point where you kind of want to shake them and be like, no, just stop. Use your emotions. I know you have them, type of deal. This is a person who's going to be like, let me see the facts. You can sit there and talk till you're blue in the face about, one thing or another, and they're just going to want to see the facts about it. And that's going to really be annoying. There's also a sense of them not really thinking before they speak, which is also frustrating. But yeah, they have a sense of just kind of, saying things and not being mindful of the way it's being either heard or of the audience that they have. I mean, of course, people are going to speak and express themselves and not think of every single nuance, but this person is going to be astoundingly blunt. And then we have the Lover. So you have a Aquarius here and you have Gemini here. So you have two air sign energies coming up to be mindful. This is a person who's going to be very into their emotions, themselves, sensual pleasure, creativity, passion, and they're not really going to be thinking of anything else other than that. They're going to be really into themselves, which seems to be the energy around the Aquarius and the Gemini, where they're just really into what they're doing right now, and they're not going to see what you need. They're not. Okay. So we have the Ten of Swords, the Chariot. Oh, and you have the Eight of Cups on top of the Eight of Cups. That's pretty cool. There's definitely a profound ending here. You have the Six of Wands, which is gorgeous. The Four of Pentacles, interesting. And you have the Lover's card. So you have a positive Gemini energy coming in. The Ace of Swords, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of knowledge, of understanding. You have the Eight of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Swords. So you have the repeat of the number 8 right here, and you have a repeat of the number 4. The number 8 is connecting with feminine energy. It is also taking things astoundingly seriously, and it is a need to remember that luck is on your side. It really is. Number 4 is talking about your soul, the body of your soul, your body. And also your home is going to be astoundingly important to you. It's going to have great meaning. You have the repeat of the number 6. 6 is a caring and nurturing number that is coming forward to embrace love and to celebrate you. But we have here, first and foremost, the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is worries, doubts, fear. It's overkill. It can be going on an endless loop. It's kind of like a hamster wheel of doubt and of fear and of anger and of upset, of doubt and of fear and of anger and of upset. And you're looking at things. It's kind of like, when are things going to get better? You have looking at the negative instead of the positive. And you have here the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. The Ten of Swords for me is really your minor arcana death card. Because, come on, 10 swords are in her back. So there's a sense of why. Why did this happen? Why are things going wrong? Look at the Ten of Swords as every single year you get another sword stabbed in you. Some years you might say, oh, well, I got like 15 that year. But every single year we have one overarching pain that can define that year. Even if it's a small pain, which would be awesome. But it's one overarching pain for that year. So here, with the Ten of Swords, it's seeing the knowledge and seeing the wisdom, because you've come to an end of a cycle. And now you are being resurrected within your power. This is the death card is the resurrection card. And so it's a resurrection from negativity into positivity. It's seeing why things had to be so hard and why the path had to be so long. It moves you to the Chariot. Nothing's going to stop you. I mean, you see things differently, from everybody else, and nothing and no one is going to stop you from moving forward in passion and love and in truth. This is a Cancer energy, a time frame of June 21st to July 22nd. And as you have that power, you walk in the day and you walk in the night. You walk in this truth and this beauty of self. You're walking away from what you once thought you would love. And this is an ending. This is a profound ending. It's like, no, I'm done. I'm absolutely, positively done. Drop mic, walk away. That is the energy that is around you. It's like, no, I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm transforming. I am becoming. I am existing. I am being. And as you embrace this, you have the Six of Wands right here, which is saying celebrate yourself. As justice comes in and as you claim your throne, celebrate you. You have a tendency, as we all do, Taurus, to look at the negative and say, wow, I can't believe I got that wrong. I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did that. Gosh, I should be better. And we don't celebrate ourselves when we get it right. It's like, oh no, well, you were supposed to get it right? That's what your job was. And so here, it's celebrating yourself. It's celebrating even what seems like the silliest things. But it's celebrating you, because it's building up your vibrational energy. It's building up your beauty and your essence and your joy and your peace within yourself. And it's having that gloriousness be a part of you. It's like, I am a victor and not a victim. I am a conqueror and not a conquered. And as you embrace this, you embrace you. You rise. You rise to unbelievable heights. And as you're rising, now, you have here vampiric energy. For the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles for me is vampiric energy. It is the doubts, it is the fears, it is the negativity that is around us that holds us back. And this can be inherited. You can kind of have grown up with people like this in your life. It can be from a Gemini. It can be from also a Cancer right here. But I'm seeing these also as very positive energies for you. So it can be around love, and it can be around moving forward in love, like trusting yourself. Also trusting yourself for your prosperity. This can go back to the Five of Pentacles that came out. And the Four of Pentacles are those people that leech on. And it's either you can spot them out right away. It's like, oh, wow, that person is a leech. Or it's the people that you don't even know are robbing your energy, are stealing your power. They make you feel drained, when you walk away from them. And these could be people that you meet in passing that sit there and for some reason they're like, wow, that person really has it together. That person really has nice energy. I'm just going to kind of like siphon just a little bit off of you. And people do it all the time. They steal away the happiness within our lives. And so it's picturing yourself surrounded by the golden light of the universe. And it's seeing you in one hand and your angels in the other, holding this beautiful sword, right? And it has a hilt on both ends. So it's kind of like one of those old swords. And as you're looking at your future, there's something that's holding you back. There's something that's making you doubt yourself. There's something that's keeping you from moving forward. And now you're cutting through that golden light of the universe. All right, you and your angels, just cutting through. Ooh, I got chills. And you're letting there be nothing, just nothing for a moment. This blackness, this calm, this serenity, this quiet beyond the realms of quiet. It's a focusing on your breath and your heart. And then the golden light comes back. And you are looking at your passion, you're looking at your power. And that golden light reconnects you with the universe. It moves you forward. But it doesn't have any corruptions, as the old golden light did. Now, it's like you're freed from the negativity. You might have to do this multiple times a day. I suggest that you do. Just to sit there and feel yourself freed. Feel yourself taking off a weight that has been on your shoulders, that you've been carrying for so long, so that you can call in prosperity. And so that you're not giving to the point where you are drained, where there is nothing left, or where you think that the bare minimum is what you are worth. Because new horizons open up, and you have the 6 on top of the 6. You're falling in love with the past and the present, the way that you are being guided forward, the beauty that is coming into your life. There's a sense of duality of self, of passion, of brilliance, of power moving you forward. This is going to be very, very true for those of you Taurians who are on the cusp with Gemini. Okay, there's going to be this real sense of being drawn into kind of the chaotic madness that is Gemini, which is going to be nice. It could drive you absolutely crazy though. So here, just be mindful. There is this sense of a connection with words, a connection with, deeper meanings, deeper passions, deeper understandings. There is this brilliance that you are embracing. There is love coming into your life, and you're calling love into every aspect of your soul and of yourself as you're moving forward. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You're healing from a lot. And as you cut through doubts and fears, you are balancing yourself. So you're cutting through doubts and fears. You balance yourself, and you take in this passionate energy. And what you see here is the crown comes, as you know. And this can be also you being a little bit sharp. You can be a little bit sharp-tongued. You have a razor-sharp wit during this time. So no wonder you're coming up against air sign energies who love a good wit, who love a good kind of word fight or a word game. And so here, with you, you're using that power, you're using that passion, you're using that brilliance, and it's really quite extraordinary. You're seeing things so much more clearly within your mind, within yourself, within your desire to move forward. Things are becoming clear. You're not taking this gift yet, because I don't see, you don't have one of the court cards here of the swords. But it's permeating everything. In the public arena, your passion, your reason for getting out of bed in the morning is permeating everything. You're also going to find yourself it is going to be really important, okay, Taurus, to try and make healthy choices. Just to kind of like de-stress, to center yourself, to optimize your existence so that you take this energy and you really, really run with it, because the mind is so clear, the mind is so crisp. And with this intellect and this power comes you claiming this throne, but you've worked so hard for it. It seems like it almost happens overnight, but there is this passion, there is this brilliance, there is this hard work, there are these sacrifices that definitely have been made that you are looking at and you're like, oh, finally I got there. Finally I've moved forward. Finally there is this prosperity coming in. And it leads you to the Four of Swords. It leads you to being able to rest, to being able, as your soul's wish comes true, and as divinity hears you and guides you, you rest. You take in the knowledge that you have gotten. You see everything that you've been through, and you give yourself honor and respect. You sit there and say, job well done. You know, you look at every heartbreak, every disappointment, every anger, every despair, every, disaster. And you're like, oh, wow. Look at what I've been through. Look at what I've survived. Now it is time to thrive. And you give yourself honor and homage for the road that you have walked, which has not been an easy one. Let's look at your spirit animal message. Taurus, October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Awesome. So we have here the Flamingo Spirit. So the Flamingo Spirit says here, embrace the in-between. And this is why I was seeing before that food and, is so important. What you put into your body is going to be so important because like the flamingo, you are going to, the energy that you put in really radiates from you. So it's not just food, it is in all walks of life. Because a flamingo is actually a white bird. It turns pink because of the food that it eats. So here, as you embrace the in-between, you embrace the in-between knowledge, you embrace the in-between understanding, you embrace the in-between, but you also know that the energy that is around you is embracing the in-between it is. It's like walking between the world of spirit and the world of practicality. And as you do this, the energy around you is going to change. It's going to morph. It's going to evolve. And that is going to be important to embrace. It really is. And then we have the Elephant Spirit, which says learn from the past. And that's why we can see love coming as we release, letting go, looking at the past and being reminiscent and sitting there and saying, oh, it was such a better time. But we learn from it. And knowing that the past, yes, is in the past. And now we can move forward in love and in beauty and the duality of ourselves with knowledge and wisdom and a profound understanding that is absolutely stunning for us. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. We're not supposed to know it all. Life is a mystery, and it is a profound and beautiful mystery. And as you evolve from it, as you learn with it, as you evolve with it, you learn that sometimes everything isn't to be known, that there is this profound and beautiful truth that you are walking with, that you are embracing, that is mysterious and that is wonderful, and that it has you on a crazy ride. Then we have your subconscious people message, which is the Chariot, moving forward in determination and dedication, power and purpose of self, hopes and dreams and joys. It's being fiercer emotionally than people realize, okay? Because Taurus, once you love, when you love deeply, you love truly. And you have to love yourself like that, deeply and truly. Your subconscious chakra message is the third eye chakra, and it is a sense of its psychic development. It is senses increasing, it is passion, it is power, it is understanding, it is the veil being lifted. You have tremendous intuition during this time. Utilize it. If you want to, evolve it, meditate with it, express it, move with it. It'll be beautiful. Your subconscious tarot message is the Fool. Subconsciously, you're on a new journey. You might think, oh my gosh, I'm so foolish. But oh my gosh, it's awesome. You're starting your hero's journey. And every hero's journey is foolish before it is a success. And your subconscious, to go deeper into your subconscious, your tarot message is the Emperor, Aries energy. Time frame March 21st to April 19th. Very powerful subconsciously, especially if you're on the cusp with Aries. This is a sense of passion, of power, of brilliance, of truth, of knowing that you have messed up because you are human and humans mess up. But knowing that your connection with the divine keeps you moving forward, keeps you moving towards something so much greater, so much more powerful, so much more brilliant. And as you do so, you move forward in this brilliance, in this passion that is yours. You claim your throne. You know your mind. You know what you desire. And you move forward on this journey, on this new beginning, in a way that is absolutely astounding and brilliant for you. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward in the passion and power of our truth. As we leave behind the hurts, the pains, and the negativity that we have endured, that have forged us, but not destroyed us. And we embrace the power of our souls, the passions of ourselves, and the strength of our spirit, but also of the love from spirit and from the divinity that is around you. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus.